Well, I guess we can wait just one more day because Gaijin was finally able to give us the roadmap for the economy revisions, BR changes. I can't really say in small detail what this is. You'll have to watch the video to really understand it. But in the middle of my stream, it dropped. And with that, I was able to do a live stream reaction here on YouTube to, well, not only showcase, but to give my honest opinions about this upcoming roadmap, to which you will see in pure detail in today's video. So things are going to look a little bit kind of out of whack, I guess. Again, this was all done during the live stream, which means that there's no filters. There's no anything really that you wouldn't otherwise get in a live format. So with that being said, let's jump right over to that and let's see how this really is. And yes, this was the first time I read into it. So let's begin. All right, so a little bit of an impromptu live stream talking head talking about the I hate Windows 11 about the changes roadmap. So this is what we've been looking forward to for some time. You know, you guys have been talking about this. So to keep context clear, I am going to also be talking to my chat here. So I'm going to use this as a recording as well. Cool, awesome. But we'll talk more about the in-game stuff a little bit later. Let's get more into this. I have not read this at all. So let's see what we got. After your feedback and suggestions, we would like to show you the development roadmap of War Thunder for the next few months. English. These are not all the changes and suggestions that we would like to introduce to the game, according to your wishes and comments, but as it seems to us, the main ones. That's fine to me, I guess. We will not be able to do more in the near future, as most likely after the implementation of the roadmap, you may have other suggestions, comments, and priorities that may change in general. Therefore, we plan to have another session of collecting feedback in the fall after the work is completed. Oh, so this goes all the way into the fall. That's going to be interesting. All right. We'll go with this. This is a really large roadmap, and we probably won't be able to complete some points in time. Significant changes, the most essential change of the game's economy in 9 years. So this is the economy change we've been looking forward to. Is being rolled out at a radically expedited pace in the light of the current circumstances. Oh, well, that explains why the update isn't dropping as quickly as it should, I think. Therefore, please perceive this roadmap as an experimental and exploratory. Oh my goodness, exploratory. I cannot English today. Endeavor in the interest of transparency, should it turn out to be the changes outlined herein, whether in part or in their entirety. Okay, so you guys know the whole deal right here. They're just basically telling you, hey, guess what? Here's everything. Cool, right? We'll read this in a quick second. I do have the page open, so give me one quick second for that. Changes to the silver line mechanics. Improve the balance of SL, increasing the reward multiplier, and reducing the cost of repairing vehicles to make all vehicles break even for the average player, including without a premium account. That's good. That's awesome, actually. So that means even if you're an average player, you should be able to break even. More SL, cheaper vehicle repair. That's a win. Yeah, that's a big win. Calculation of the economic parameters of each vehicle from average indicators instead of vehicle statistics. Battle rating, the average stats indicators will be calculated, after which they will be used to calculate rewards and repair costs for each vehicle in accordance with its economic rank. That was something that some people were kind of upset about. So I don't know how they're going to go about this in a better manner. Everything's supposed to be cheaper. So if they're going to bring in the same thing as before, then cool. But again, I'm reading this and I'm making opinions as I go. Improvement to the premium accounts. If your total repair cost exceeds your income, you will be compensated after the battle, ensuring that your SL tally for the match remains at 0 unless you have team killed. I like that. That's talk is cheap. You're right. This is amazing, actually. All right. So if you're a premium account, you won't ever hit below 0 unless you team kill, which is a good thing. Granted, I understand free-to-play players and whatnot, but adding this as a premium benefit is something that I agree with. I know some of you guys might not be okay with that, but if you're a paid account, I think you should have a little bit more benefit than the premium or than the non-premiums, but that's just kind of a given for any game that you play, so don't hate me for that one, please. Adding a free backups to newly purchased premium vehicles. I have been saying this for 2 years. I'm not kidding. I've been bugging Gaijin. When are they going to give free backups so that we can alleviate the one death situation for newer players? And guess what? They're doing it. Of course, it took a lot of people to finally bring that up, but they're doing it. I'm excited. Dynamic repair cost reduction. The shorter the lifetime, the cheaper the repair. Without changing the max repair cost. Okay, that's going to be interesting. Capture point reward for vehicles that fail to survive until capture completion. Oh, nice. So if you die on it and you don't get any points, now you get up to a certain amount of points. I think they're probably going to adjust it from the pool, right? So you're, no matter what, if you're sitting on the point, you're going to be pulling from the pool anyways. So big W in my book. Free repair if destroyed by an ally. I mean, don't we already get free repair anyway? I mean, they pay for it, or unless it just deducts it and doesn't give it to us. I thought they did that. So that's okay. Detailed calculation of the reward in the mission results window, as well as in the private message window after the battle ends in the next major update. Wonderful. Progression or changes to progression and research points. Condensing the tech trees by grouping of vehicles and decreasing required research points to vehicles in groups by 2 times. That's awesome, actually. Reduction of research and purchase costs of rank 6 to 7 aircraft. Wonderful. They are terribly expensive, so I'll give it that. I'm not reading the chat right now, so give me a second, guys. Skill bonuses in RP. Extra reward for a certain number of kills in a session. The required kill number as well as the bonus valued are determined by the game mode and the vehicle rank. For example, the approximate values of rank 3 arcade ground battles are 3 kills plus 15, 6 plus 30, 9 plus 50%. That is excellent. Now, if you play well, you are being rewarded, which is great. I mean, you do to some extent anyways, but now they're making it just that much better. So Gaijin, big W. I'll give you that one. All right. So that means that 190 million silver lions going to be made a lot more soon. I hope. All right. Detailed calculation of the reward in the mission results window, as well as in the private message after the battle ends. Cool. I dig that. Not really necessary, but I dig it. Research bonuses for new nations. After obtaining a top vehicle of one nation, such as a vehicle will be clearly marked in the research tree, a bonus is added to research of vehicles of the types in other nations. Huh? Vehicles have not yet been received. The bonus is given for 3 battles every day for each nation separately and depends on the rank of the research vehicle. Okay, so that means you're now being benefit. You're not going to get a benefit for having more nations and playing more. So you get, that's awesome. That is wonderful, actually. So now there's a huge incentive to play other nations. Huge W again. I'll take it. October, November 2023, which is completely fine. So the end of the year updates. Got it. Revision of naval progression. Cool. Naval, you guys, awesome. This is a long list too. Holy crap. I'm not gonna be able to go through everything, I think, but let's go through the big ones, right? Use of obtaining fire prevention equipment, repair sets for tanks and ships, as well as countermeasures for aircraft. Obtaining of the fire prevention equipment, repair sets for tanks and ships. Okay. Does that mean okay, let's read on. FBA ground vehicles will be split into defaults for single-use fire extinguishing and an improved type, which requires modular research, and is capable of extinguishing fire twice. So in other words, you get 1 free FPE, and then you get a second one once you research the module. That is awesome. Nice. FPE for naval vessels, same thing, with no limit on the number of uses. So boats aren't going to burn out anymore, because that's the big thing I hate about naval is I always get caught on fire, and that was the end of that. Parts in ground vehicles and tool sets of naval vessels will be split into defaults and improved. Default tools available without modification will field repair all the modules, not only mobility ones, until partial functionality, similar to arcade battles and repair mechanics. Standard countermeasures will become available immediately to research aircraft. Options such as chaff only, improved flares, mixed flares priority will be available by researching that module. So you get default flares, huge W. Additional options such as BOL pods and additional chaff pods will remain available by module research. Huge W. I've been asking that for years now. I'm sure many of those in the air community have been asking for that too. If you guys can't see the chat here, people are just, I can show that here for the video. People are just saying huge W, mega W. Yeah, you guys are in the video, so say hi. W, yes. And it stands for Wumbo, so there's that. Matchmaking. We'll get more into this, okay? So more repair, extinguishing assist for allies. Beautiful. But night battles are temporarily disabled. With the La Royale Major update in the future, they can be optionally enabled. Yes! That is a W. Woo. Yeah, I hate night games. Changing the matchmaking settings for high rank battles in order to collect more complete battles at the cost of minimal increase in waiting time, which is completely fine. Display BR ranges in the map filter. Beautiful. I love that. Revision of the set of maps available to piston and jet aircraft for more event battles, transferring some of the large maps to higher BRs. Completely fine too. Improving the balance of late Cold War era vehicles when homogeneous steel and full caliber shells to APDS, HGM, blah, 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 by changing the BR of certain vehicles. That's going to be a tricky one. I don't really see how Gaijin is going to really go about this one appropriately. That will piss off the community. So, cool. Here we go. Strike UAV, move to higher rank battles. Vehicle BR above 9.7, matching BR above 10.7 to allow players to have SAM systems capable of countering them. That is wonderful. I will take that. Another W for sure. Repair costs are not being removed. They're just being reduced. Hydroplane respawn, move to the map center, allow them to spawn more over-friendly airfield. Okay, cool. And this is probably a good one too. Reduction of the effectiveness of AI anti-aircraft guns located on fields and convoys in all aircraft modes. Wonderful. Special winter trees for winter versions of locations. Cool. Quality of life stuff, just aesthetics. Fine. Fixing issues with bushes when shot through or after a collision. They've been saying that for years. I will believe it when I see it. Let's go ahead and skip some of these. These are just some of the map changes, which one can control most of the maps. So this is just balancing, for the most part, each of the maps currently in the game. So that's completely fine. Gameplay. Now, this is another big one. Refinement of the damage model for small caliber heat rounds. Fragments of the shape charge jet along the flight axis will be capable of inflicting damage to the crew in the dimensions of the fighting compartment of any tank if they are not stopped by more massive obstacles. Beautiful, because that's kind of how it works. Basically, you shoot a jet into a vehicle and it just farts everywhere, right? And kills everything, kills modules. Wonderful. I will take that. Improved indication for spawn zone protection. First is a more obvious indication of hits on players protected by the spawn zone so that the shooter understands why their shots went through protected vehicles. The second is an indication of players firing at the spawn zone, such as shooters will be additionally marked in the game world on the mini-map, similar to being scouted, which is kind of the same already, but it may be a bit better. The ability to accept an apology for a team kill. When accepting an apology, the apologizing player is not rewarded penalty points, followed by a possible kick from the session and a ban for this team kill. I like that, actually. That's good. Yes, that'll make it so that trolls don't really get rewarded just by getting a kick. Now it's like, if you don't accept it, you get penalized, but it's like, oh shit, that was by mistake. You killed me. I'll forgive you for that mistake. I like that. Other games have that. I forget which ones do, but I remember seeing in previous games that I played. So that's awesome. Destructible 3D decorations, adding the ability to shoot down or destroy, taking into account the settings of damage to allies in selected game mode. At the same time, we do not plan to add effect of the decoration on the projectile to simplify the vehicle damage model. That's fine. Here we go. This is a good one. Reworking the network logic to solve one of the problems of ghost shells, disappearing shells, the favored killer mechanics, killer advantage. In the case of small differences in the time within the player's ping, limited, for example, by 120 milliseconds, which I play around 170 anyway, so I guess I have a huge problem with that. Between receiving damage, blocking the shot on the server, and the player's own shot, considering that the player managed to shoot. At the moment, the player sees their shot, which did not happen on the server, and believes that the shell has disappeared. That's coming the next major update. I'm taking this with a grain of salt. I will take it as I sees it, but until then, I don't believe it. So that's just me. Tank landscape collision solver in order to fix situations when a tank has flipped on its turret. Top is almost impossible to turn over. That's something I've been dealing with too. So Gaijin, well done. Because imagine just your turret goes into the dirt, and then it's like you can't flip the tank because it's so flat. Just gosh, I'll play DCS in the future. Don't worry. Improve the target hit alert in aircraft battles for an air target that is considered shot down under current conditions, but still has the ability to hit its offender, or if there are munitions on fire. We're going to add a delay on reporting the frag, possibly blocking the control of the shot aircraft after some time. Cool, I guess. Oh, here we go. Make it easier to report hate speech in a chat. Adding a separate category of complaints, as well as showing the chat log that is attached to the complaint. I thought this was already done. I mean, personally, there's hate speech is such a weirdly defined subject, so it's like I'm not gonna get into that because it drops into politics. For your convenience, you can also find the above mentioned topics presented in the planned timeline. This is wonderful, Gaijin. Well done. Matchmaking. Okay, so everything we just outlined, this is how they plan on doing it. Yes, there we go. That is absolutely brilliant, guys. I would recommend you take your own read into this. I'll have the link down below in the description if you decide you want to go ahead and see this. Let's jump over to the economy revision, shall we? Economy revision, our plan in detail. Dear players, first and foremost, we would like to express our gratitude for your patience during the past few weeks as we diligently worked on outlining the roadmap for the highly anticipated revision of the War Thunder economy. Now, I'm not going to go too far into this, so let's this might be a good one. These proposed changes are not arbitrary. I can't English today. Over the past several years, we have been working behind the scenes to improve the economic models for our game. To that end, we've been experimenting with various new economy models internally to strike the right balance between maintaining an engaging gameplay experience and ensuring long-term viability of the game. Yes, cool. These models have been crafted to suit a range of gaming preferences while also considering the need for their fair monetization system that would allow us to continue improving and expanding War Thunder. We have conducted long-time tests on thousands of random players by increasing the progression speeds with different ratios and analyzing their long-term engagement compared to baseline. Wait. So you mean to tell me that some players have been buffed and getting more experience than others as a test? Cheeky. I like it, but should I be insulted or should I not? Was I one of them? So if you guys noticed that, oh, look, I have been grinding better than the previous person, or I've been grinding better. How come you can't when I've been getting it like this? And it's like, wait, I might just be reading into it too much. Just saying, but that's okay. They got data and it's going to benefit everybody. Okay. So I'll take the L for a little bit. Yeah, that's why I got so much RP, right? Just direct result of these tests, trials, and the analysis of our stats data. They will undoubtedly observe. That some of the proposed changes are quite significant, and we believe they may be, or they have a good chance to improve the experience for both free and premium players while ensuring the economic viability of the game. Please note, however, there's the but, that we're in a stage of accelerated implementation. We had planned to introduce these changes gradually, but now we've decided to radically expedite the process. This may lead to having to modify or revert some or all of those changes if we realize that they are just not working in the live game. I appreciate that. I do. I mean, that I can accept. If you told us now, and you may have to take it away to fix it, I respect that. So good play on that part. That's a W for me. Two primary areas: the balancing silver lions, earnings, and expenditures, and the research points-based progression system. They'll be introduced gradually throughout 2023 via that roadmap we saw. So here's the full roadmap, etc. This is important. Changes to the silver lion economy. Sorry, I'm trying to make this brief for you guys. Receive was focused on the current balancing of silver lions. Indeed, the general rules for balancing SL earnings have not undergone significant alterations in recent years. Meanwhile, the number, variety, and ranks of vehicles has steadily increased, and numerous additional opportunities to spend SL have emerged. Consequently, the capabilities of players to earn SL can no longer reliably meet their demands, which unfortunately we did not address promptly enough. Yeah, I agree. Let's see if I can kind of summarize all this stuff right here. Is to increase the amount of SL earned per battle and reduce the SL cost required to repair. So basically, you get more profits and you lose less. W all the way around. The revision will lead to increased SL earnings across the board with a particular focus on medium to high rank vehicles, which is fine. Our goal is to ensure that the average player at all ranks can maintain a positive or at least neutral SL balance, even without an active premium account. In the past, vehicle or repair costs were primarily based on the vehicle's effectiveness, performance, and battles. This meant that the best performing vehicles would have the highest repair costs, requiring players to excel in battle to maintain a positive balance. That was a given. I kind of understood that for years now, and therefore made it difficult to constantly play a vehicle with high repair costs, with many players having to periodically earn SL by playing vehicles that had low repair costs. I've always been saying that. I've been saying that for years, is like, you should play lower vehicles, lower BR vehicles if you want to make profit. Higher tier is where you want to go ahead and spend all that hard-earned money, right? If that makes sense. Now they're changing that, which is awesome. Let's skip through this. They're just kind of explaining it in just examples and details about the SL repair cost increase, decreases, etc. Our plan revision will mean further substantial changes to vehicle repair costs. We will not only reduce them across the board, but also modify them in a way that they are calculated moving forward, while we still consider repair costs as an important factor in incentivizing players to assess risks appropriately and avoid wasting their vehicles. We believe a more streamlined approach to calculating repair costs is more suitable. I agree. Following the next economy update, repair costs will no longer be balanced individually for each vehicle based on its performance or rank. Okay, so that's basically regurgitating what I said earlier. They're basically going to calculate it based off RP and performance of the vehicle itself and the rank and position of it, or where it sits within that rank. So this is going to be curious to see how they change this or flesh it out in the future. However, this new approach may lead to situations where certain individual vehicles are more effective at earning SL at a given battle rating than others. In such cases, we may use other methods, such as adjusting the vehicle's battle rating, modifying its technical and combat characteristics where possible, i.e. altering access to certain shell types, or adjusting reload speeds. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. This is a very, very slippery slope. Very, very, very slippery, because what this means is they might nerf a vehicle to gain or to be to a certain SL point, if that kind of makes sense, where you earn it in game. Adjusting reload rates or access to certain shell types to balance out that feature, I think may be the wrong way, because what that does is it affects the realistic value of the vehicle. So I don't know. This is a slippery slope. I'm curious to see how they'll go about it, but so we will only be changing soft factors in such as these. We won't artificially alter any elements such as armor thickness or top speed, etc., to change a vehicle's performance. But that's kind of what they're doing, though, if they're changing out the reload speed and the shell types. This one is, again, I'll say one more time, a very slippery slope. They gotta go easy with this. I'm gonna go ahead and read the ending here. Similar drastic adjustments will also be evident for aircraft, realistic battles, etc. So basically, this is talking about how vehicles will be decreased in SL, and they'll be more base ranked in how much you earn in percentage, ranging from 15 to 40%, accompanied by a reward multiplier increases by 20 to 50. So it's just basically talking, the better you do, the higher rank that is, the more you can earn to offset the cost of the vehicle, which you won't even lose anyway. So this is a huge W anyway, I would say. But that's honestly really it. Go vote. What's this? Oh, I gotta sign in. I'll do this a little bit later, but I'll have a link down to this in the description a little bit later, guys, so check that out for sure. Here we go. This is interesting. Improving premium accounts income insurance. This is wild. While we aim to ensure the vehicles break even for the average players across all ranks, regardless of having a premium account, it is important to consider scenarios where multiple vehicles are lost in a single battle without achieving any kills or any other contribution to the team's success. In such cases, it is highly probable that the expenses for vehicles will outweigh the earnings even with a premium account. Consequently, we have made the decision to enhance the premium account feature in order to prevent players from accumulating a negative balance even after an exceptionally unsuccessful battle. If your total repair cost exceeds your income, you'll be compensated after the battle, ensuring that your SL tally for the match remains at 0 unless you have team kill. As mentioned earlier, this is very nice. If you're premium account, you won't lose any money. If you're not premium account, you will lose money. And don't get me wrong, I get it. Free to play players, but guys, at the end of the day, they're a business. They want to make money. They have to make money to keep the game going. So this, I understand it. I may get hate for it, but it's okay. All right, so dynamic reduction of repair costs. Let's go ahead and skip this front part. Consider this. A player surviving for 10 minutes, eliminated 5 or 6 enemies, capturing a point, landing numerous hits, and providing several assists would render repair costs of 6,000 to 7,000 SL quite insignificant. On the other hand, being taken out in the initial minutes of the battle without having taken a shot or captured a point would make that same repair cost appear significantly higher. The price is the same, but the consequences are a lot more negative. Given this disparity, we have made the decision to refine the system and directly correlate repair costs to the actual lifespan of the vehicles. In other words, the shorter time your vehicle remains operational in battle, the lower its repair cost will be. But in any case, not higher than a certain limit. This information will be displayed at the stat card of each vehicle, indicating the repair cost per minute alongside the maximum possible repair cost. Furthermore, when voluntarily leaving a vehicle, the maximum repair cost will be applied as a default. Don't J out, because it's going to be a very, very expensive. So hell yeah. We plan on adding this mechanic in one of the updates during the summer of 2023. Oh, this is an easy one. Improvements for premium vehicles across the board. Increased reward multiplier. This is basically going to make them just even more. Less repair cost. Hence, premium vehicles will earn even more. So now there's a huge incentive to play premiums because that's going to get you more SL, which I get it. It's premium. Sometimes premium vehicles can be a little bit OP. I understand it. So we'll see how this one plays out in the near future. Revising team kill penalties. Team killing has always been a continuous talking point in War Thunder, and we understood that the frustration that comes with being intentionally damaged or destroyed by malicious teammates. As a content creator, I can attest to this 110%. And I think anyone who's watching this who is a creator can attest to that as well. Based on the feedback you've provided, we will implement several changes to address your concerns. That being said, we do believe that the concept of friendly fire as an accidental or irresponsible harm to allied players has its place in more realistic game modes of War Thunder, so our priorities are focused on minimizing the damage and frustration team kills cause. English is really hard, apparently. We will completely remove having to pay for repairs if vehicles destroyed by an ally, regardless of the reason that leads to your destruction by a teammate. We'll add an apology mechanic. If your team killed, you'll be able to accept the apology from the player that destroys you. This allows you to judge on a case-by-case basis whether your team's destruction by a teammate is unfortunate but forgivable situation of friendly fire that requires no further action against the offender. In this case, all the players in the match will be informed of this via battle chat, and the killer will not be kicked out of the session for this team kill. That's awesome, actually. Now the whole world will know that, hey, I accept his apology. Cool, right? We plan on adding this mechanic in the next major update in September 2023. Yes! I like it. This is a lot of stuff. This is a long video. I'm really sorry. Capture point rewards. We already mentioned that earlier. Detailed battle log. Not too crazy. Changes to progression in RP. Streamlining research trees and reducing the RP cost of older vehicles. This already mentioned earlier in the video, or the stream as well. So that'll be fine. Reducing the research and repair costs and purchase costs of rank 6 to 7 aircraft, which is completely fine. So I'll let you guys figure that one out here, as it is aviation. Rewarding your skill, a topic we have talked about within our team recently in our Q&A as well. Beautiful. So here is where these numbers are approximate subject to change. Okay, so basically telling you that they're going to give you more RP bonuses and whatnot, depending on how many players you destroy and if you probably even win the game. Level 1, for destroying 3-player enemies, you will receive a 13 or 15% RP bonus. Level 2, if you destroy 6, you get 30. For destroying 9, you get 50% RP bonus. So in easier words, the better you do, the more you get. The more you kill, the more you earn. Awesome. That is awesome. Hell yeah. That is awesome. All right, so bonuses for researching new in-game nations. This is important. Currently, War Thunder features 10 playable nations, and we have no intentions of stopping there. However, as we introduce new nations, it becomes increasingly challenging to capture the attention of veteran players. They have already traversed the ranks multiple times, and therefore each new journey through a different tree becomes less captivating. To address this, we plan on implementing a system to alleviate the situation. If a player has a top vehicle in a vehicle branch within one nation, they will receive an RP bonus when researching the equivalent branch of other nations. In the research tree, certain vehicles will be marked as top vehicles for each nation at any given time. Once a player gets one of these vehicles, they will receive an RP bonus when researching other nations where they haven't yet obtained the top vehicles. The size of the bonus will depend on the rank of the research vehicle and be applicable for the first 3 battles played each day. Rank 4, 15, 5, 25, 6, 35, 7, and 8, 50%. Cool. The more trees you have, the more bonuses you get. I think that's how it was worded. Cool. And that's it. That's all I got for you guys. There it is. But you know what? I'll tell you what. I am super excited for this. I truly am. And this is the kind of transparency we as a community have been needing for a long time. So this is all words, though. keep in mind, this may just be, who knows, smoke and mirrors. It could be entirely different. It could be, you know, not implemented. It could just be nothing. But I'm going to be on the more optimistic side and say that they are going to definitely work with this. And I think because of our actions over the last couple of weeks, we have, as a community, gotten a better game out of it. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how this goes and how this plays out. So that's a huge W.